Oh boy, my favorite YouTuber Leafy just posted a new video on YouTube.com. I can't wait to see what it's about. Mary Belle Kirshner got her start posting cosplay photos on Facebook. Her page is gone now, but it must have been at least somewhat successful, since her first video on YouTube is a makeup tutorial for Facebook fans. Dude, these are my videos! That's awesome! Leafy watches my content? That's so cool! Her normal voice. And she isn't in the Belle Delphine character that we all know. Wait, did he link my channel in the description or give me credit? In fact, she didn't pass 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Nope, it's just emojis in the description. That's okay. I'm sure he'll do some kind of transformative commentary that really adds value to the discussion. To click for Belle.
Okay, gamers, now we're going to test for alkalinity, pH, and hardness. We're supposed to remove the test strip from the packet. Done. Dip the strip into the water for 1 second and remove. Hold the test strip level and wait 10 seconds. Compare to the color chart, which is this chart here. Belle Delphine's water, alkalinity.
Well, that's okay, because he watched a lot of my videos, so on some level he must at least like my
I want to start a change.org for this guy to remove the background music in this video, because I think it would be awesome just to hear how empty and how depressing the atmosphere would actually be for someone recording this video.
Is Leafy kind of a jerk? Hey guys, I'm Jabroni, and all joking aside, I think the Queen of Simps said it best on Twitter after Leafy got banned. I've had a lot of commentary videos made about me, and personally, I don't care. I think free speech and not having to censor your commentary or opinions is important. It's tough and it hurts sometimes, but it's the internet. I can understand why YouTube and people don't like Leafy, but I think a warning before a straight ban is something we'd all like to have. But that raises the question, why was Leafy banned? And why was it all of a sudden, without warning? Before we talk about why Leafy was banned, let's talk about what we know about Leafy for sure. Leafy started his YouTube channel in 2013 making commentary gameplay videos, mostly just playing Minecraft, CSGO, and sometimes just commentating about random things. People liked him because he was funny, edgy, he wasn't running his YouTube channel like a business, he was just a normal kid having fun and sharing his opinions. After a couple years, his channel started to absolutely explode in growth, bringing in millions of views and subscribers. He did get into some controversies, namely with H3H3, Pyrocynical, and Keemstar, as well as a bunch of other smaller YouTubers who don't really post anymore. And honestly, if I was going to cover all this, I would need to make an hour-long video about petty YouTuber drama that happened years ago, and since my channel is already dangerously close to becoming one of those tabloid magazines at the grocery store, I'm going to leave that content for the T-Spill channels. In the summer of 2016, Leafy's views and sub growth started to slow dramatically. Some people speculated that Google tweaked the algorithm to de-emphasize his content, and other people thought that his fans just got bored of his content and slowly stopped watching. Then in September of 2016, Idubbbz released his Content Cop video about Leafy, which was massively popular and criticized Leafy for a number of things. Most of the criticisms were just skin deep though, and Ian essentially just said that Leafy was not funny and had a weak chin. That Content Cop has since been deleted by YouTube for violating policies that didn't even exist at the time it was posted. Leafy's uploads were becoming more scarce, and in December 2017, Leafy posted a video about some bald guy crying about carrying groceries into his apartment or something, and then Leafy stopped posting altogether. Leafy went completely radio silent, but people close to him said that he just wasn't interested in doing YouTube anymore and didn't care to upload. Then he did an interview with Keemstar where he said that he had been spending his time investing his money into the stock market, and that's basically what he was doing for a job. Weeks passed without a Leafy upload, and then months, and then years. People still mentioned him in their videos, but he was talked about like a relic from an era long in the past. During his time making content, he had amassed over 4 million subscribers and over 1 billion video views. Then in December 2019, YouTube issued a big update to their harassment policy. Now, anybody who pays attention to YouTube knows that their rules and enforcement have always been very fuzzy. They're not well defined, and if you do something wrong, they generally won't tell you what you did wrong. You just get punished and told not to do it again. It's kind of like a Pavlov's dog experiment put on by a billion-dollar tech company, and we're all just the stupid dogs. Anyway, they updated their already confusing policy and said that they would be punishing people for demeaning language that goes too far. And they also said that they would ban channels that repeatedly brush up against the harassment policy. So not only are these rules not clearly defined, you can also get banned for brushing up against them repeatedly, whatever that means. To be fair, they did give a bunch of awkward examples, including "look at this creature's teeth, they're so disgusting," as being harassment. You really can't make this stuff up. I don't know what to tell you guys. So once these changes went live, we did see a lot of creators begin to tone down their content, and YouTube even started to ban channels and delete videos that they felt like weren't up to the new standard, even if they were made years before the new standard was published, like Idubbbz' content cop on Leafy. Speaking of Idubbbz, his content and his whole online persona had gradually been shifting this whole time. And by 2019, he had gone from making edgy commentary videos and eating hair cake for content to making toy videos, meme reviews, and feature-length documentaries about kids who play with lightsabers in the woods. But despite his shift to more advertiser-friendly content, Ian would manage to get himself into one more massive controversy so big that it effectively split his fan base in half in early 2020. Here's what happened.
For those of you who are unaware of the drama I recently brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool.
In March of 2020, Leafy posted a 30-second clip from this video, unedited, and then just said, "You're an effing cuck" at the end. The opportunity for Leafy to dunk on Ian may have been too strong for him to resist, but that simple 30-second clip he posted would end up dragging him back into the YouTube world in a way that even he might not have been ready for. After Leafy's 30-second return to YouTube, he kept making more and more videos, and Ethan Klein of H3H3 had this to say.
You know, I would love people saying, "Oh, Leafy, come back." I would love to see Leafy come back and try to exist in the landscape today. Like, the content that he was making would never fly on YouTube today, and you have to adapt and overcome the fact that, like, you can't even curse, bro. Like, I don't know. I'd like to see him try to make a comeback.
And that was really all it took. Leafy had already admitted to starting drama just for ad revenue and views, so why not go after Ethan, who is already a pretty controversial guy in his own right, and had just ended a massive campaign to try and get Keemstar deplatformed. It seemed like the perfect time for Leafy to pounce on this guy. So Leafy started making videos again. Along the way, he talked about Caterino in a couple videos where he basically just clipped up parts of 2Med's interview with her and watched them, and he also tried to bait Idubbbz into fighting with him too. Surprisingly, Ian didn't take the bait from Leafy, even though he totally took the bait from his fanbase for calling him a simp. Seriously, if Ian hadn't made that video addressing it, everyone would have forgotten about the whole simp thing in a week. Instead, we all forgot about it in like 3 weeks. But you know who did take the bait? Ethan. Yeah, big surprise. The guy who is the most easily offended, thin-skinned person on this platform took the bait from a kid who had been hiding in his bedroom day trading for 3 years. So of course Leafy ran with it. He started ending all his videos with Ethan saying he'd love to see Leafy survive in the climate today, along with some weird Kim Jong-un footage. I don't know if Leafy was signaling his communist sleeper agents with these endings or if he was trying to hit on Kim Jong-un's sister. Either way, I totally support him because I think they'd make a great couple. Then he made some videos about Belle Delphine and leaked their DMs. That's where the video where he talks about me comes from. But all this stuff was just the appetizers. Next it was time for the main course. Pokimane. Pokimane is a massively popular Twitch streamer, but she's been criticized for targeting the sponsors of people who speak out against her. Most notably, It's a Gundam. She's also repeatedly told her fans to dislike videos that are critical of her, and Leafy pointed out that he and a lot of other YouTubers genuinely do not care about dislikes, myself included. Along with criticizing how Pokimane has treated other content creators, Leafy went after her looks, tried to expose details about her personal life that she was trying to keep private, and said that she had a secret boyfriend. After it was all said and done, Leafy made 12 videos about Pokimane and did his absolute best to draw the drama out as long as possible. His titles and thumbnails were pretty intense, but they were perfectly designed to draw her and her fans into conflict and get clicks. But in reality, after the first couple videos, the content inside the videos shifted From talking about Pokimane to talking about everything from how much Leafy liked Factorio, his thoughts on the stock market, his thoughts on the state of YouTube. It was kind of like a reverse Trojan horse where you thought you were going to get this massive content nuke, but it was kind of just an innocuous commentary video. On August 20th, Leafy posted his 12th and final video on Pokimane, where he reacted to her apology and then talked about a bunch of other random stuff. The next night, without any prior warning, YouTube completely deleted his entire channel. All in all, Leafy survived 143 nights in the landscape today. On the night of Friday, August 21st, Leafy's YouTube channel was terminated. If you tried to go to his YouTube URL, the site just showed this stupid picture of a monkey. Any direct links to his videos showed a screen with a little more information. This video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated. And that's basically how people figured out what happened. When people started seeing this, hundreds of people started tweeting at Leafy, and then he was woken up Saturday morning by a text from Keemstar telling him that his channel had been deleted. So, that day, he went on Keemstar's show to talk about what had happened. While on Drama Alert, Leafy told the Gnome a few interesting things. 1. He had no outstanding strikes or warnings. 2. YouTube did not send him any communications about any strikes or warnings prior to his ban. And 3. He got a single email telling him his channel was terminated. And that was it. This immediately struck a lot of people as really weird because YouTube has always used a 3-strike system where if you get 3 strikes your account is terminated, but you always know when you get the first and second strike, so it was pretty strange that Leafy hadn't really been given any warning at all. Keem asked Leafy who he thought was behind the ban, and he answered that it had to be either Pokimane or H3H3. People have half-jokingly said for a long time that H3 has a direct line to YouTube for getting people banned or otherwise silenced, and Ethan doesn't help the rumors by playing them up whenever he gets a chance. But in reality, that's not the way YouTube works. Another big YouTuber and content creator, Critical, aka Charlie, recently got contacts at YouTube HQ this year, and he went in depth asking them if any big creators got special treatment or had a fast track to get others silenced or banned, and they told him absolutely not. YouTube wants everything to be as automated and hands-off as possible. Conspiracy theories about creators using contacts at YouTube HQ as a weapon against each other sound completely ridiculous when you start to realize how cold and corporate the inner workings of YouTube actually are. This is a site run by algorithms that even Google's own engineers don't fully understand. This is as close to a true AI as anything else on the internet. When human decisions are made, like the decision to delete Leafy's channel, they're never explained, and no one even knows who makes the decisions. Charlie recently got a strike himself, and it doesn't even seem like a human reviewed the video after he submitted an appeal. I'm honestly starting to question if there are any humans behind these decisions at all, and if there are, they're so far removed from the situation and so obscure that they would be impossible to reach out to, much less influence and get them to ban someone else on your behalf. It's just completely insane to even imagine. I did some digging and found this report that Google recently released, showing that over 95% of the 10 million recently deleted videos were first detected by automatic flagging, meaning the algorithms that crawl the site and analyze every single frame of every video, every second of audio, and every thumbnail and title, and assign them secret ratings and tags to categorize them in hundreds of different ways, decide if the video gets deleted or not. If you're interested in this stuff, check out this video by Nerd City after this video. I'll leave a link in the description in case you're interested. But for now, let's leave it at that and accept the fact that Ethan probably didn't call up Susan at YouTube and say, hey, delete Leafy's channel. So what did happen? Well, this reporter from The Verge claims to have talked directly with someone at YouTube who told her, we have strict policies that prohibit harassment on YouTube, and we remove content that violates our policies when flagged to our attention. Channels that repeatedly violate our policies will be terminated. And that's it. That's all they said. Not very much of a statement to go on. So unfortunately, we will never know what the line that Leafy crossed was that caused YouTube to delete his account. And that's the problem with the whole way they run this website. Nobody knows what the rules are, so they're going to continue to accidentally break them and get in trouble. It's a continuous, repeating circle that will never be fixed unless YouTube clearly publishes its rules and the consequences for breaking them. As for Leafy, he's already made several moves to get his content in front of us outside of YouTube, including posting videos on Twitter, Storyfire, and Twitch. I think long term he's going to end up becoming a Twitch streamer because it's the only other video platform big enough to make a living on right now. Not that he needs the money, but I think everybody knows by this point that even if you're already an extremely wealthy and successful content creator, having no one watch your content is a fate worse than being nuked. Thanks for watching, and stay weird, internet. See you next time.